Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Jesse Nyberg here, and today I'm actually going to be designing a business card and kind of fake made up brand identity in Adobe Illustrator, and then taking that over to Photoshop, mocking it up into a business card design, and using my friend and talented 3D artist Anthony Boyd to use his mock-ups and show you how they work and just give him a little shout out. And so with that being said, if you enjoy this video and everything, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really help me out. Ring that notification bell, all that jazz, and let's get into it. So we're going to get started in Adobe Illustrator, and you're going to want to go to create a new document. And for traditional business card design, we're going to do 3.5 inches width and 2 inches height. And we'll do 2 artboards so we can have the front and back. Let's name that business card design. Don't know how to spell it. I think it's like that. Excuse me. All right. And for the bleed, usually you want to do around 0.25 or 0.125, and what the bleed's going to do is actually help you when it comes to printing, because the printer's going to cut it, so you want the color or the image, whatever you have, to bleed all the way to the edge and come out a little bit, so when it's cropped it's still a full bleed image or full bleed color and doesn't have a white border around it. Advanced options, 300 ppi for print is good, and CMYK color is also best. All right, there we go. So you see let me open that up. Window. If you ever get your workspace messed up, you can go right here, workspace, reset essentials. That's the one I use. I used to have a custom one, but it doesn't save half the time, so I got kind of lazy with it. So right here we have which will be our front and our back, and the red line right here signifies the bleed. And I was thinking about what I want to do, if I wanted to brand an existing company or make up some other one, and I'm thinking of doing this idea I had in my head for a company called Ampersand. So the ampersand, like that little symbol, I feel like that could be a cool brand. And I'm gonna have to right now we're gonna look through some fonts and figure out what I want to do with the back of the business card, because I know I want to have a full color on one side and then the other side like a nice minimal type treatment layout. It's going to come down to the font, so let's see. Let's look through some stuff. Termina. I know I want either like a pretty cool elaborate serif font or something like big and bold and interesting. That one's pretty cool, but it's a little too soft. Honestly, I think it'd be cool to do Clarendon, like some kind of Blue Note style slab serif. I really like that font. Let's go with that. All right. Now let's make this a little bit bigger. Maybe around like 150. All right. I know it. Let's see. I think I want to do like a yellow for the back. So when you want to do a full color, you're gonna get your rectangle tool. And you want to make sure it goes all the way to the bleed, not just covers the white area. So make sure it's all aligned. And if you are having trouble with stuff snapping, put your smart guides on, and snap to pixel and snap to point are good. All right. And when I'm first looking for colors, I usually open up like the swatches and just see what we got. Kind of want to do like a off yellow kind of, I don't even know, mustardy maybe. Mustard, however you want to describe it. So that's like a little too much. Some of these general swatches are pretty good, but sometimes they can get kind of basic. Maybe foods. Fruit, yeah. Like that. I like something like that. So we got that color in place, and I was thinking of creating this to a shape. So object expand, making it almost white, like a light gray, and kind of placing it off the side right here. So it gets cropped, something like that. Since it's behind, I want to go to Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. So see, we got that and symbol in the corner right there. Let's go View, Trim View. And what this will do is show you what it'll look like when it's cut. Size that up a little bit, right about there. Okay, I'm going to move it down with the arrow keys over once holding shift and once holding shift going down. That's a little too much. I'm just going to do it without the shift hold. When you hold shift and use the arrow keys, it actually does it like a double amount of increment. All right. That's looking pretty cool right there. That'll be a nice like simple back. All right, and for the other side, we want to figure out the little layout and the name, company, and everything. So we already figured out the name of the company is going to be called Ampersand. Oh, make sure to turn your trim view off. All right. Let's go. Let's do about 10-point font. Ampersand. Wait. I think that's how you spell it. I think I don't want it all caps like that. I like to check the different ways things look. Sometimes even all lowercase is pretty cool. Ampersand. Maybe we can even do it like this. I wonder if I could sell that. It looks a little weird. I don't think it'll be readable that way. Maybe if we put it in the middle. I don't know about that. I don't think I gotta get too edgy with it. Let's just keep it like that. Now what I want to do right here is mess with the kerning and tracking a little bit. I like to see things really spaced out and then also very close together, see what I like. I'm kind of liking it close together, like that. That's not bad. Let's see. I think that sizing's all right. Let's do maybe 12. And we'll use that yellow. All right, so push hotkey I for the eyedropper tool. Let's grab that yellow. Oh, make sure you have your type selected. Oops. It's a little light, but we're going to use this kind of off white, kind of gray for our back. So what I'm going to do with this is hold Alt, click, and drag, and hold Shift to make sure it goes straight. And then Object, Arrange, Send to Back. And then we're going to get our eyedropper tool again and grab that. Okay. See where, now we got to figure out where we want to place this. Let's turn, if you push Control and what is this? I honestly don't know what this is. Apostrophe, I believe. That will bring up your grids, or you can go to Window or View, Show Grid. Alright. That usually helps us get a little bit of an alignment. Actually, what I want to do right now, though, too, is create a margin for my business card, because we do have the bleeds, but we also want a margin so our type isn't going out of a certain area. So what I'm going to do is grab this, copy it, Command C, and then, Control C, and then Control F to paste in front. And click on that box and make it red. All right, now that we have it right there, what I want to do is bring it to the actual card area. And then we're going to bring it in a little bit right there. Hold Alt while you drag like this, and it drags in from each side. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to create a new layer. Go to the Layers panel, New. And I'm going to grab that red and move it to the other layer. And we'll name this Guide. So that'll be our guide layer. And we can toggle that on and off. So we can now line stuff up against it, something like that. Let's bring it down a little. All right, now we need to do our kind of body type, however we want to set that up. So we'll probably need name, telephone, things like that for your card. Let's do, this might be a little too thick for our body type. Let's mess with these different weights for our actual title right here. Italicized, bold. Kind of like the italicized. That's looking pretty cool. And for a body type, I kind of want to find a smaller weight font, but still kind of typewriter-y like that. All right, let's do. What kind of name do we need? Bill Hickman. That'll work. Honestly, I wonder how the ampersand looks on this one. Where is it? Oh. Nice, cool. I do like the body type for that though. I might use this font actually for everything, because that's looking pretty sweet. Let's change this to Hatch, and that'll be Adobe font. I'll put a link to that in the description. And we're gonna do Hatch medium italicized, and for our name we're gonna bring that down to 10, and we'll do regular. I want to turn my guides back on, Control apostrophe or View Guides. I think I'm gonna do my type up against the edge right here, somewhere in the middle. We have about 1, 2, 3. Let's move this to that grid line and zoom in a little bit. I'm going to take off my snap to pixel because it's not giving me enough freedom with the moving right there. Right about there is good. Control R to bring up your rulers, and then if you click and drag from here, you can create guides. And then to view them, Control : or view ruler, or view guides, and then hide guides or show guides. And I like having those because I can line stuff up and make sure it's all looking good. See, and now we see we have something right here, so we might want to line it up against our ampersand to give it some more visual continuity. I'm just gonna go with consistency because I don't know what word I'm trying to think of. Yeah, so see, we got that going right there. That's looking pretty good. And we can probably find some other guide points to align our other type to. That'll kind of help us create some consistency there. Let's move that up. Make sure it's aligned to our guides and our also margins. Ampersand, Bill Hickman. Okay. Now we want to create our more info text. So I'm going to create a text box, click and drag. And for this, we're going to do like 6-point font. We might even bring this down to 8. All right. Now let's make this the light. All right, so what do we need? Telephone. I usually like doing like this, T, E for email, and then maybe you have like a website or something. Or some people will do like little symbols, you know, a globe for a website, maybe something like this for social media or an email, little phone, whatever. Let's do it like this. And we'll do we want to do dots, colons? You want to have some kind of like little signifier that separates the little the category from the actual text. Let's just do like this. Nah, I like lowercase. Tell. We'll do T. We'll just do T. And then you got telephone, email, website. All right. And then we have, let's do 626, 123, 321. All right. And the email is going to be bill.hickman@gmail.com. All right, so since that got too long and cut us off right there with the hyphenation, just grab your text box and bring it over so it fits. And then for the website, let's do ampersand.org. And for this, we probably want to do like at ampersand.com. Like if it was a company, they'd probably have their own little email extension like that. It is kind of long though. And since we're just making all this up, we might as well shorten it. So maybe we can just do this. Probably wouldn't be able to get away with it in real life, but let's do, we'll do that sign and then sand. Doesn't make sense, but I think it'll work. All right, zoom out a little bit. And so now right here, I think I'm gonna make these yellow. And if you don't know if you don't use the eyedropper tool, you can also save these in your swatches. You grab the fill right here and bring it over. So we're gonna highlight the T, make it that, highlight the E, and so on. And if you just want to change the color of certain things like that, use the highlight. And I don't like a full space right there, but we need some kind of space. So we'll go over to the kerning and let's do 100 for each of those. All right. Now we want to line this up to our guides. I want to left align it, and that one's getting a little bit long. Just for the sake of the video, let's bring it down to hickman@ampersand.com. Got to fix our kerning values, I believe. Okay, they're still at 100. And we want to left align this. All right. There's people yelling outside. It's no good. That's looking pretty good, but it has a little bit of weird spacing, so let's bring this up a little bit. Sometimes I like to do like a little line, and we'll get the widths from right here and see how that kind of has a rounded rectangle. Let's grab that, bring it to right there, and then let's grab our selection tool, and you see you grab these little circles and it'll bring it in and round it a little bit, just slightly though, somewhere like that. And I'm going to place this in the middle right here and bring it out to where the bill is. It just has a cool little like divider element, you know. All right. Let's see how this looks under the ampersand. Turn our guide back on. Nah, I kind of like it spaced out more. Maybe in the middle? I think I don't want that line to be as long. Kind of like it short. Maybe as much as the B. Let's bring another guide. Yeah, that's nice. Kind of want to flip these. So let's grab all this, and if you click on stuff and hold shift, it'll grab all of it as like a group. Now let's create our guide over here. Bring that over. And then turn this back on. Bring this over here. All right. Kind of like how that's looking. But I also kind of want this to be a little more centered. So let's grab everything. Bring this text box up. Let's grab it all. Group it. Window. Align. Center it vertically. All right, sweet. So now we got our little minimal back of our ampersand Bill layout design. It's Bill Hickman. And then we have our kind of cool, not logo, but kind of brand element that we'll be using for this company. This is kind of a logo mark. I think what would be a nice little touch to this is something like this. Let's put a period. Make it black. And I don't think I want to use full black. I want to use this like a 90 in the key. So highlight that. So here you want to do 0, 0, 0, and then 95. Nah, we'll do 98. See how that looks. Yeah, I like that. And we'll save that over here next to our yellow. Kind of develop out our brand colors. And while we're at it, let's click on this. Drag that over there. Now we have our nice little color palette. The almost completely black, that kind of mustardy yellow, and then that off-white. Let's get all our black elements. What I'm going to do, something I showed you in another video actually, is I'm going to click on this, go to select, same, fill color. That's going to select all our black. And select this. All right. Just to make sure, I'm going to check it. All right. It's always good to double check. Sometimes it doesn't select correctly. All right, cool. So that's looking pretty good. So then you can have these. We want to move that in now. Right there. All right, cool. I think just a little bit more. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. Now I'm gonna show you how to export this for print and also for the sake of the mockup. So for print, I'm sure depending on where you're printing, you're going to have different specs and things like that from the printer. Sometimes they'll want an InDesign file and the Illustrator source file. Sometimes they just want PDFs. So if they want just the Illustrator file, you would just save this here normally and save as an Illustrator document. But if you want to save a PDF for print, you're going to go to File, Save a Copy. Actually, a good habit is make sure Control S to save your normal document first. So we're going to go put this in the correct folder. All right, right there. All that's good. We want to go to All right, that was weird. So then you want to go to save a copy, Adobe PDF, and then range, or we'll just do all because we need both. Business card design. Let's name it ampersand. And then we don't need to preserve Illustrator editing capabilities unless the printer or however you're doing it, if you're printing it yourself, definitely don't need that. So we can take that off. That'll reduce the file size. Make sure there's no downsampling or compression because we want it to be the like a vector file. Save PDF. All right, and then that should be good. You'll have it in your folder. There's our back. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Let's close that out. And now for the sake of the mock-up, I'm probably going to save these and just drag them over like this. Or I can save them as PNGs. So we're going to go to Export as PNG, use artboards, export. We're going to go 300 ppi, art optimize, transparent background. Okay. Now this is where Anthony Boyd's graphics comes in. Amazing 3D artist once again, and he has a lot of cool stuff on here. Textures, mock-ups, UI kits, 3D models, stuff like that coming soon. Sometimes clients and people you're working with or even employers, they need to see stuff in action, even if it's mocked up, to kind of give them, because sometimes you look at a logo or something and you just see it and it's just in space. It's good to have it mocked up, or a website mocked up in a computer screen, or an app mocked up in a phone, things like that. And his mockups are really good because he has these, like the front, the back, he has like kind of little designs he made. So it shows you, like, even if you're not a designer, you have some inspiration right there. Let's go on the front, and what you got to do is just create a new layer, and you can just delete that one out. Double click in right there in the smart object, bring it up, and now we have this. Now what we can do, it's super simple, is we can drag in, resize it right about, where do we have it? Somewhere right about there. Okay, and then you can just save it, Control S, close that part out. See, we got it nice and mocked up so far. And then same thing for the back. Bring it in, new layer, plus sign, delete that one, bring in our back, or our front design, sorry. I guess either way, it's the front or the back. Okay, get that sized up right. Simple, Control S or File Save. Close it out. Bam. And so those are looking pretty sweet, and this would be a great if you were branding a company or pitching a logo design or stationery, anything like that to a company, and you wanted to help them visualize what it would look like in a business card, things like that. This would be an amazing mock-up for you, and I'm going to put the link in the description to all this stuff, and check out all his other things as well. And I hope you learned a little bit today, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Oh, and also, in the description, I got the link to the Discord. Join in there if you want. Chat it up. We're sharing inspiration, new videos whenever I'm dropping them, as well as music, things like that. And it'll be really fun in there. And I'm done rambling, so peace out.